Show host.
Hi, my name is Hannah Fanter, and I'll be playing the role of Wanda Boyle, and I lived during World War II home front.
And finally, I'm Hannah Johnson, and I'll be playing the guest host named Jackie Blazer. Today we will be exploring what it was like in the home front for women and children. We will be on the set of a talk show, and we hope you learn something new.
Hello, everybody. As you know, I'm Veronica Patrick, the famous VP talk show host, and today we're going to be discussing a very interesting topic, the World War II home fronts. So I have a question for you guys. So how would you feel if the man of your family was away at war and you had to take job of your family, job, and life? Now that's a lot for somebody to handle, don't you think? So we're going to have two very special guests today. Our first one, you may know her as the famous actress, Jackie Blazer. Hi, how are you?
Hey, how have you been?
I'm amazing. Fantabulous. Okay. Anyways, back to our show. We wanted to explore the home front because not much people know about the home front. I mean, I've heard of it, just never really talked about it. So, our host today's name is Wanda Boyle. Wanda Boyle is an amazing lady, 76 years old, and she lived actually during the home front. So, please give a big round of applause for Wanda Boyle. Woo! Okay, so Wanda, for you, what really was the home front, do you think?
Well, from what I experienced, the home front had many parts to it. There was rationing, kids had jobs, and women played a big role.
So you had to have been fairly young around the home front era. How old were you?
Well, I was 15 when it started, and when it ended, I was 18.
So what do you think it was like for the home front? I mean, everybody has a different experience for what they experienced in the home front. What was yours?
Well, I had to go around town and pick up scrap metal and paper, and those are really useful items, so we had to go around because you couldn't just go and buy it, you had to find it yourself.
So aside from that, did you do anything else to help out?
I helped to plant, the community plant victory gardens. Do you know what that is?
What's a victory
I
garden?
have no clue what that is.
Okay, so we started planting victory gardens a few hours after the Pearl Harbor bombing happened. And victory gardens are gardens that the community goes and plants food to grow and eat. Victory gardens are about 100 acres, and 8 million victory gardens were producing 8 million tons of produce. Everyone was trying to find a place to grow their own gardens, and people were actually converting their backyards into gardens.
Wow, so victory gardens were like huge back then. I mean, only gardens, mine is just like in a box. I don't have anything else as a garden. I'm not a gardener. But
Well, we will be right back after this video.
And this is a victory garden.
oh, that's nice. Pretty big. Technical difficulties.
So in that video, they were talking about how we use ration books to buy your food. And this is actually a ration book. And
My great-grandma was actually in the home front, and for her family they had to use ration books. Ration books are like little books that have, they're like coupons. Let's think about it, make it an easier way. You would rip out one and give it to the cashier. So back in the day, if you wanted milk, you were limited to only like 2 or 1 gallon of milk a week. That's all you could get, because if you didn't have enough ration stamps for it, you can't buy it with another ration stamp. So, Wanda, do you think it was a hassle to use ration stamps?
Yeah, it was a real hassle to use ration stamps instead of money because you can only buy a certain amount of items for that week.
So what did your family normally buy with your ration stamps?
Any of the food we had enough stamps for. We bought meat, dairy, and other foods.
Wow, so did you ever, like, run out of stamps?
Oh yeah, we would buy all the essential items, so each person in my family could only have 3 pairs of shoes a year. And my mom had to keep enough fuel and to keep a house at 65 degrees all the time.
3 pairs of shoes.
Don't think I like that.
So, what happened if you ran out of your ration stamps?
Well, then we wouldn't be able to buy any more of those items for that week.
That's horrible. Man. So, did the government only ration needs like food and clothing?
No, they actually started rationing gas.
How would they ration gas? Like, that doesn't make sense.
Well, our family could only have a limited amount of gas for our vehicles, and they also rationed gas because they wanted to save rubber. So by saving gas, they would save rubber, and rubber was both a warning.
So how did the government get your family to start rationing gas? Because I don't think you just wanted to go, oh yeah, I'm going to start rationing. I don't know how we're going to start rationing this, but how would you?
Well, one slogan that really stuck out to me was, they've got more important places to go than you. Save your rubber and check your tires now. And that's what got my family to start saving our country.
Nice.
And
So what is this person or thing? I don't know what it is.
well, this is Rosie DeRivera. She is the woman who led our women in our country to start working and helping out in the war.
So what did you do during the war, Wanda?
Well, if women sewed buttons or made buttonholes in a machine, you could learn how to do spot welding on airplane parts. So I sewed buttons, and I learned how to do spot welding.
So what do you think was one way the government got the women to start working in factories?
Posters went up telling women to leave their homes and start entering the nation's factories because factories, nobody was in them. The men were out at war, so women had to start going in.
So did you go to work right away?
Well, weeks after the posters went up, women started taking notice that the factories and jobs needed people to start working in them.
Oh, so did you get paid for working?
I'm assuming you did.
Yeah, I don't actually remember how much money I personally got paid, but an average person working for about 6 days got about $180 a month.
So how many women started entering the workforce?
About 6.5 million females entered the workforce during the war years, many for the first time actually.
So if you think about it, women really did a lot of work to help in the home. I mean, not just the women, the kids too.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
Well, thank you, Wanda, for sharing your story with us.
Yeah, thank you. Glad to be here.
Okay, guys, to wrap up our show today, I want you to leave knowing how hard it was for the women and children to work during the World War II home fronts.
Just think, if the home front never happened, women may not have been working today. Men would still be working. Be glad the women and children helped in World War II.
They may not have gotten the influence to be working, but it still did change the U.S. And one quote that women love to hear from Rosie DeRivera:
We can do it! Okay, let's give a big round of applause to our amazing audience, and thank you.